All right, we are back, baby. I feel like I haven't sat in front of the camera just like this in a really long time. But I have some UGC tips for you. Yay! Woo! I have a couple pieces of advice here for you. I think I have 5 or 6. Yeah, 6. And I'm gonna go through them, just tips for when you're making your videos, things to keep in mind. We're always looking to improve. We wanna improve our videos. Here's some tips on how to do it. All right, we're just gonna get straight into it as always. Let's not waste time. So my first tip is to have a plan. Make a plan of what the video is gonna be. And I put this one first because I remember when I first started, I didn't understand what people were writing down. Yeah, well, now I realize, and I couldn't imagine making a video without a plan. If you want it, you wanna see results, you gotta plan it out. You can't just raw dog it. Can you say raw dog? Was that inappropriate? I don't know. You can't just throw random things together, have a video, and hope for results. If you want to get the results, make a plan, and make a plan in order to achieve those results. Especially for a client, someone's paying you to do it, you want to have a plan, and you want that to be so that the video performs. You don't just want to hand over some random video. Anytime I'm making a video, I always have a plan, whether it's just a talking head or it's a voiceover with B-roll. So if it's just a talking head video, you have planned out your script and what the video is going to look like. If you have a voiceover video with B-roll, you're going to have your script written out and an outline of the B-roll clips and how those B-roll clips are going to associate with your script. That's important to do or get used to. Like if you're first starting out, it's really good to get used to that because I do have people ask for the script and B-roll and whatever before I start filming. A tip, you don't have to do it this way, but I just highly, highly, highly recommend. Yes, people will ask for it. I personally offer it straight off the bat. Every single time I work with someone, I tell them that I am going to write out a script and make an outline of the B-roll for them, and I'm going to send that over to them for them to approve before I get to recording. It will save you so much time. You do not want to write out a script and write out B-roll and record this whole entire thing, and then they get it and they're like, yeah, this is nothing what we were looking for. Because I've had times where I've wrote out a script and sent it over and they tweak it and send it back. And what if I recorded that script and sent it to them and they didn't want said whatever, or they wanted this added, It's just gonna save you so much time if you do it that way. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So when you're gonna make a video for them, you tell them, I'm gonna write out the script, I'm gonna plan out the B-roll, I'll send it over to you for approval. That's gonna also decrease the revisions that you might have to do for them. And there might be no revisions because they've already approved all your B-roll and they've already approved your script. So just depends how the video comes out, if they like it or not, if they want revisions on that. But your B-roll and script should be a-okay if they approved it. Next, you want to make sure that you're getting multiple shots while you're filming. Get a bunch of footage when you're filming. Getting different styles, different angles, things like that, that can make a huge difference in a video. So whatever your little creative mind is coming up with as you're filming, even if it's not written down on your shot list or anything, but you got something, just get it and film it so you have it. So then when you go to edit, you don't regret it that you didn't get that clip. You want to make sure you have more than you need so that you can make the video. You don't want to end up having less than what you need because then you have to start re-recording again. And it is that's just like so annoying to do when you have a video and you're recording and you get the whole thing done and then you look back and you're like, okay, I need 2 more clips. And then you have to, maybe it's the next day and then you have to go do, you know what I mean? So try and get as much as you can, and it can make a huge difference in the way your video performs. Especially like the hooks in the beginning. If you're doing a visual hook or something like that, do a couple rounds, do a couple shots of the clip to see, and then when you go back to editing, you can look and see which one is catching your eye, which one is gonna make you stop. Especially with the hook, like if the hook's not good and the person already scrolls past your video, the rest of the video doesn't even matter because they're not watching it. So take the time to get those extra clips if you think you need it. Next, make sure you're paying attention to the aesthetic of your video, the background, how the video looks in general. Making sure you have a clean background with minimal noise and clutter in it. When you're looking at a video, if you have a lot going on in your background and then there's the product, it can be very, very distracting. You want it to be as minimal and clean as possible. I'm not saying that your house or whatever needs to be clean 110% of the time. That's not realistic. I know that's not true. But if you have the spot you're recording out of, just make sure that's clean. So when you watch your video back, everything looks nice and clean and easy to look at. You just want it easy on the eyes. Again, if there's too much going on and it's messy, it can be really distracting. Trust me, a lot of times I will be filming and I will make a spot look really, really nice and great, and then behind me is a 4-foot pile of shit because I piled everything back there so I could get the nice, clean shot that I wanted in the video. And also, just considering what's inside the video too, a lot of people like to add props and stuff to help tell a story or just to give off a more like homey vibe, kind of whatever you're going for, even plants. I love putting plants in my videos because it just brings to life, like, I don't know, plants look great on camera. They just look so lively. I love when there's plants in videos. But yeah, a plant will bring a little life to your video, add some props, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you consider also the background, not just the product in front of you. Don't underestimate a cute little setup for your videos or your photography. It can really make a difference. Next, take a little bit of time to get yourself together. I'm not saying you need to put on a full face of makeup, but take the time to get yourself together before you start recording. The content will always come out better when you plan and get yourself ready and you look ready to go, and especially you just perform better when you feel better about yourself. At the end of the day, it's still a business, it's still marketing. You want to take the time to put in that little bit of effort to look presentable. So yeah, if you want to put on a full face of makeup, that's all up to you. Do whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying, you know, make sure your hair looks okay, maybe a little bit of makeup here and there, cute little shirt, you know, something to just make yourself look ready to go. Get ready, you look good, you feel good, you make good content. Living in an apartment and trying to film is so annoying. I'm so sorry if you hear that shit. The cleaning people are vacuuming outside, but it sounds like they're throwing the vacuum at the fucking wall. Honestly, that brings us into our next point. Next, watch out for your background noise. Personally, I have to do this a lot. There are times where I do have to re-record. I live in New York. I live in an apartment. And my apartment complex, I will admit, has a lot of characters. There's always a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling, sirens. There's always a lot going on over here. So I always have to watch out for my background noise. I have a mic that I use. I will link the mic that I use. I'll link the mic that I always use, and then I have a cheaper one that you can get on Amazon for like $20 that I used for a full year before I invested into these mics. So I'll link both of them, but mics will help. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Cancel out the noise so that whatever is focused. Why can't I speak? I can't speak today. I'm really having trouble speaking too. But yes, a mic will really improve, especially your voiceovers. A mic will really improve your voiceovers. It's like a night and day difference. But yeah, usually I always make sure all my windows are closed so I can't hear anyone out there. All fans are off, all air condition is off, everything is off. You kind of want it as silent as you can get it. The next one is to pay attention to your lighting. I always say this, natural light is your best friend and it's free. Use it. Use your natural light. It always comes out the best. We love natural light. If you don't have natural light to work with, or maybe you work 9 to 5 and you do content creation at night, so you really don't have a choice but to work in the dark, you can get softbox lights off Amazon or just some type of little lighting. I use softbox lights. I don't recommend any really harsh lighting like, like ring lights or the box lights. It really depends on what you're doing because it really depends on the product and what you're doing, because you can have a product and then you get this glare of the ring or a glare of a box or whatever it is, so it can be really harsh. What you can do is if all you have is a ring light and you keep getting that on there, you can take like a white sheet and put it over it to kind of diffuse the light so it's not as harsh on the product, and that should really decrease that ring that you see. It just really depends on the product and what you're doing. That's why I don't always recommend a ring light. And even, I also don't like ring lights because it's just, even when you're talking, like if I had a ring light right there, you guys would see the rings in my eyeballs. It's just so harsh, and I feel like no matter what you put in front of it, somehow the ring is somewhere. You can find it somewhere. So I don't highly recommend a ring light if that's all you have. Like I said, you could like diffuse it with a sheet if it's giving you that ring over it. If you can and you have access to it, use your natural light. It's free, no charge, and it gets you good content. It's important. I'll rearrange my day so I can record at good lighting times, especially if you want to get those nice sunlight shots. You really want to be recording when the sun is setting, so you have to figure out wherever your location is, when is the sun setting, so that you can get those shots. Okay, last one. Avoid putting other brands in your content. If you're making your own content, put whatever the hell you want in it. But if someone is coming to you with their product and they're paying you to make content for them, I would highly recommend just try at all costs to avoid putting any other brands in the content. Most brands off the bat, when they come to you, in the brief it'll say, do not show any other brands, do not show any other brand names. It's the only brand that can be in there. So just watch out for that. I would try my best to just never put other brands in the video with your products, especially if it's a competing brand or something like that. That's just like common sense. Don't do that. It's just such a common request. Odds are they don't want other brands in their content. So just save yourself the time and avoid it. Okay, that was my tips. All of them I think are really important to keep in mind when you are creating UGC. If you're first starting out, even if you're not first starting out, I think they're all really good points to pay attention to and keep in mind when you're creating your content. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.